I wasn't going to review this fragrance, but here I am doing a review of it because I kind of didn't want to leave you guys hanging. I did an anticipation video back in September of last year. Excited about this launch, Mugler's A Men Ultimate, but now that I've had this fragrance for over a month, I said to myself, I'm going to review it. Then I said, no, I'm not going to review it. I'm going to review it. No, not going to review it. But I had to review it. I have to tell you all about this one since I was so excited about it. And then when I got it, it kind of just fell flat. But if you want to find out about Mugler's A Men Ultimate, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time tuning into the channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, and of course participating in giveaways and still haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Before I get on with the review, I want to ask you, are you a fan of Mugler's A Men Ultimate? Have you tried it yet? Or are you really anticipating to try it? Also, let me know, are you a fan of the House of Mugler? Doesn't matter what fragrance, just as a designer house, do you like the fragrances coming from this house? And also, third question, are you aware that Mugler is now part of L'Oreal, or is going to be very, very soon? Clarins Group, who owns or owned Mugler and Azzaro, have sold it off to L'Oreal. So let me know if you know this information, or if you have information, or if you're a fan of this house. Put some comments down so that I find out. So Mugler's A Men Ultimate came out in 2019. I believe it came out just after I came back from Europe, so somewhere around late October or mid-October, somewhere around there. I sampled it just after Black Friday. Mugler had sent out a 25% off card for me to take advantage of Black Friday special. So I did. I bought this. I also bought a fragrance from the L'Exceptions collection, which I'm a fan of. I love that line. Great fragrances. More original than what we're getting these days from the design, like the main designer fragrances. And I took advantage. So this is a 100 ml bottle for $90. Eau De Toilette concentration. Considered a woody fresh gourmand off of the Mugler website. More about that style of fragrance. And the perfumer is Jacques Huclier. And Jacques Huclier did the original A Men for men, and he's done a lot of different fragrances for this house. In fact, I think what goes on with designers and perfumers is the designers are doing a lot of market research, I guess, or maybe they're not with this particular fragrance, because I don't know what kind of research they did. They didn't give us something really good. In fact, maybe they did too much research, but this is definitely not what I'm used to with this particular perfumer. Like this Jacques Huclier, who I'm a fan of, his fragrances, and he does some great offerings, and Mugler might have just not given him the correct information. I don't know if it's because of the fact that there was all the shuffling going on with Clarins selling off Mugler. I don't know if this was a rushed thing. Not sure what happened here, but this is very disappointing. For me, this one reminds me of other fragrances, and I'm going to tell you about it. And also, Ultimate, A Men Ultimate. What's the definition of Ultimate? Ultimate is being or happening at the end of a process, final. So when they call Mugler's A Men Ultimate, is it because this is the very last A Men they're going to release? This is the final one in the whole process and the series of fragrances? Maybe it is. Maybe this happened under L'Oreal. We weren't really sure if it was still under L'Oreal, or maybe the whole control over from one parent company to the other, and the transition of them, selling. I mean, not selling, but terminating the series or ending the series. If that's what is going on, I guess they're leaving on a very, very low note, because this is definitely not something I would like go gaga over. The other thing I was thinking, maybe it should have been called immediate, because the opposite of ultimate is immediate. Immediate means happening at once, instantly. So because this feels like something that I've already smelled before and I've experienced before, it feels like it's just rushed. So either they rushed it to get it out before it transitioned over to L'Oreal, or there was miscommunications between internally and with the perfumer, because from what I know, Jacques Huclier's fragrances and creations are great. I love his fragrances and creations. This is my least favorite of his, absolutely least favorite, and again, it reminds me of a lot of other men's fragrances at the designer counter. One fragrance it reminds me of is Invictus. A lot. The other one it reminds me of is Wanted, the original Wanted. Another one that it reminds me of is ADG Absolu from Armani. Another one that it reminds me of Robert Graham Courage. Those 4 fragrances that I own, it reminds me of those fragrances a lot, with its own unique twist. So with this one, you have with the notes green bergamot, cedar, mochaccino, and balsam fir. So only 4 notes, and where the heck is the patchouli? Because Mugler is known for patchouli. I love my patchouli, and there's no patchouli here. And the other thing I want to as I mentioned, I was going to come back to, woody, fresh gourmand. Usually, or typically in the designer world, I don't find gourmand as a style of fragrance for men. And here they call this a gourmand. And it's certainly a gourmand, but a very synthetic smelling gourmand to me. Mochaccino is a milky coffee. So mochaccino, it's not a cappuccino. Is it chocolatey? Is mochaccino? So I don't get much chocolate with this one. It's mostly milky coffee and more milk than coffee. I get lots of milk with this one. Intermingled with the balsam fir, I get hints of the balsam fir, but with that mochaccino, the synthetic smelling mochaccino note is so overpowering, it takes over the balsam fir. I get light hints of it. In fact, I also get some light hints of cedar and a little bit of bergamot, but it's mostly this very, very synthetic smelling mochaccino, and that is what is reminding me of these other fragrances that I've smelled before. I'm absolutely disappointed with this one. It's a short-lived fragrance, as I said. It's 4 to 5 hours, close to 4 to 4.5 hours. I've gotten about 5 hours with this one, and it's not anything. It's not exciting. Absolutely not exciting. And I can also see that it's not exciting because not a lot of people are talking about it. I don't see anybody, saying it's my scent of the day in the Facebook groups or on Instagram, and nobody's really talking about it. Is this just not working out for you guys? I mean, once again, I'll ask, have you tried it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you just, it's okay? What are your thoughts about this one? This is now 2 different men's fragrances from this house within the year that I haven't really loved. I bought the flanker to the original Alien Man, the new flanker that came out earlier this year, in the blue bottle, not the purple bottle. The purple bottle, Alien Man, the original one, I really liked. The flanker, I didn't care for. I didn't review that one. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to. In fact, I had ordered that from a friend who was coming back from the UK and brought it back for me way before they launched it here in the States. And I was like, wow, this was a blind buy. And this was a blind buy too. Both of them were blind buys, and in fact I decided not to do the review for the Alien Man flanker, but this one I decided to do because I did that anticipation video and I wanted to let you guys know about it. But both of these fragrances are really underwhelming from Mugler. If this is the end of the series with Mugler's A Men, what's to come in the future? What are we going to receive? I hope something really exciting. I hope something exciting is on its way to come. But for now, this is not anything to write home about. It's a sad day for me to be saying this about a Mugler fragrance when I remember at a time their fragrances were awesome and enjoyable. And here now it's just become very similar to every other men's designer fragrances. There's so many of these kind of fragrances. In fact, I should probably compile a list and do a video about all of these fragrances smelling similar to this like weird synthetic kind of amber wood note that is used in these fragrances. And 4 of the fragrances I've already mentioned, but there's probably like 25 more that smell kind of similar. I should probably do a compilation and just let you know, but this one is actually going on the list of one of those types of fragrances, and one that I will not gravitate towards or pull. In fact, this is probably going to be sold and sent away. The cool thing is this is kind of cool that it kind of lifts off now. That's kind of a cool thing, I think. But I'm also ready for them to retire this rubber flask. I'm so done with it. It doesn't spray very well. Well, it's spraying now, but maybe I'm used to the previous bottles that were all stuck together. This one seems to be spraying better than the other ones. Maybe because it's this new bottle. Anyway, there's juice getting stuck in there. Other than that, guys, that's all I have to say about Mugler's A Men Ultimate. Please do let me know what your thoughts are on this. Also, let me know, are you much of a fan of Mugler? Are you enjoying their fragrances, or are you more into niche fragrances because I do talk about niche fragrances on this channel, and I do throw in the occasional, designers that I really like. And this was one that I was really, really hoping to like, but in the end, I didn't really care for it, unfortunately. It's okay. In fact, it's probably better than some of those other fragrances that it smells like, but it's not something I like. It's not something I would wear. And again, as I said, I'm probably going to sell this one after this video is launched. Anyway, guys, please let me know your thoughts on Mugler's A Men Ultimate. Put a comment down so that I can find out if you have this fragrance, if you like it, if you hate it. Again, everything that I mention here is subjective. Everyone has different tastes. My tastes, I like a lot of different fragrances, less of the designers, more of the niche houses, the indie houses, smaller houses, non-designer connected houses. But it's all very subjective. I might like a fragrance you might not like. You might like a fragrance I might not like. Then again, we both might like a fragrance and that person might not like the fragrance. So this is a thing all similar to our tastes. Like you might like pizza and I might hate pizza. You might like fried chicken and I might hate fried chicken, and vice versa. So it's just similar. If I hate a fragrance and you like a fragrance, it's not because I hate you. I just don't like the way it smells. And unfortunately, I don't like the way this one smells too much. So that's my thoughts on Mugler's A Men Ultimate. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.